be feeling like I'm academics. Can't
Chat, did y'all see this? So the game was on LA radio, Big Boy Neighborhood, and he was doing an interview and he was talking about Kendrick Lamar. Now, if everybody knows or is familiar with the game always has some elaborate story about him being alive when Tupac was around, taking pictures, and sometimes people are like, these stories, like when it comes to like notorious liars, the only person who beats the game in a lot of people's minds, I love the game's music, so I refuse to believe he lied. I want to believe the lies. I'm one of them people. I want to believe the lies. But people feel like he's one of the most notorious liars in hip-hop other than Fat Joe. Like, Fat Joe is like, Fat Joe will tell you some lie that is like, yo, what the fuck? The game remixed maybe a story that is true. And by the way, I don't think none of these guys are flat out lying like they're just inventing shit. But they'll put their own remix on it. That their remix is like, nigga, what are you talking about? But it's a real event. But they put their own remix on it, right? So he was telling a story about, Kendrick. And I will say, we're going to have to investigate let me just say it straight up. Yo, I think the game be showing mad love to Kendrick. I don't even think Kendrick people fuck with him. Bro, they shouted out everybody from the West Coast, brought them up in the pop out, all that shit. The game was at home like teary-eyed on Instagram. I love you, Game. Don't get mad at me. I love you. You know you're one of my favorite rappers ever, bro. But let's keep it being. It don't look like Kendrick and them guys rock with the game, right? But it feel like the game been wanting acceptance. Now, granted, I personally believe the first time I heard about Kendrick Lamar was on from the game. I'll say that. And I will say that I think the game did throw the alley-oop and help pass the torch. There's even a video of him helping pass the torch to Kendrick, right? So it's always looked like it's been love from the game side. But I don't know if it's because of this Drake stuff or whatever. It don't look like Kendrick kind of fuck with the game. However, when retelling the story about him and Kendrick, he said this.
Time I met Kendrick was a long time ago. I don't even know if he'll remember. He was going to the Yet Center in Compton. And as part of a probationary program, I had to go be a big brother at this Yet Center, and me and my homie Tato,
getting hours signed. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't Kendrick's big brother, but he used to come in there and like, he was real young, man. And he was just always charismatic, always good with the words, man, and just a, funny little guy. I don't even know if he remembers that. And so when I had, and we grew up like across the street and around the corner from each other. But I gang bang hard and Dot, he non-affiliated, but he Compton. And he ain't no punk either. Right. So and everybody from the hood that don't bang still is from the hood. Right, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like he got that, but I always knew. So in the beginning, I would be going in the beginning of my career, I'd be going by Top Dog's house and just, helping him with J-Rock stuff and lending my, 2 cents since I was a little bit, ahead of the curve than from where they were. And I was always asking Top, I was like, yo, let me get Dot. He was like, no. And so he knew what he was. I knew what he was. J-Rock, when I took J-Rock on tour, Dot was hype man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I asked Top again at my house in Glendale. I was like, let me get Dot. He was like, nah. But he was like, yo, what if we piece up TDE? And I was like, man, I got Black Wall Street. I'm good. Yeah. I want you to do
So
your
when you
thing.
say let me get Dot, are you talking about let me get him as an artist or as a feature?
Let me get him as an artist because I already knew. Yeah. I knew what he was going to be. And nobody didn't understand it yet except everybody.
Yo, this sound like that LeBron James story where he was like, yo, I called it. I called the 81 game. You ever heard that lie that LeBron told? Like, yo, niggas is still saying, LeBron, why'd you have to lie like that? I'm going to play this after this done.
That was around Top and TDE. They knew. And I knew.
Anyway, the guy who Kendrick name drops when he's like, yo, I got 2 T's with me. We snatching chains and burning tattoos. He says that on one of the disses to Drake. 2 T's comments, and apparently he's a man of little words. In his bio, it says TDE security. And he says, blood is faking. He never wanted to sign Kendrick. So it's kind of like, it's becoming slightly embarrassing for the game where he's continually showing love to Kendrick. And they're not even handling him with kid gloves. They're not inviting him to shit. They're kind of almost like dismissing him. And when he says something, maybe was out of line or maybe he didn't get all the details correctly, they kind of just call him out in an Instagram comment section, blood faking. He's never wanted to sign Kendrick. Basically saying this nigga's a liar, okay? Yo, it just reminded me of that LeBron story talking about, remember when LeBron said,
No, just by habit.
hold on. LeBron, Kobe, 81 game. Like, this is one of the most egregious LeBron lies ever.
I watched the whole game. I seen the whole game. I was at home watching the game, and you know, I said he was going to, before the game even started, when I seen, I said he was probably going to score 70 tonight. I don't know what made me say that, and my friends was with me, and they was like, okay. So when he got to like 70, I was like, well, he might as well go for 80 now. So, I mean, I'm a fan of the game, and to see that performance was unbelievable.
It's like a legendary lie, bro. Like,
I watched the whole game. I seen the whole game. I was at home watching the game. Before the game even started, when I seen, I said he was probably gonna score 70 tonight. I don't know what made me say that. And my friends.
Let's look at a compilation of LeBron lies. Like, yo, LeBron is a notorious liar, bro.
I had one coach, and he used to say, "Put yourself in situations where you're not comfortable.
Oh
Play
yeah,
outside
that's my
of your
favorite
comfort
saying.
zone."
That's my favorite saying.
That's my favorite saying. Yo, LeBron, chill, dog.
In this video, we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna play. Look at his.
To the game, but since it has been a lot of publicity yesterday and today about Godfather Part 2, which is the scene or the moment or the phrase or the quote you like more from the movie?
Oh, from The Godfather. It's too many different phrases and too many different lines in that movie to just categorize one.
But which is the one which inspires you, represents you more?
I mean, each movie is 9 hours long. I mean, what do you want me to do? I mean, there's so many. I don't know. I'll let you pick one and I'll roll with it. It's a great trilogy.
Okay, right away, he can't give you one quote. Now I get it. These.
You are into the book, but what's your biggest takeaway so far?
I kind of just started a couple days ago, but I've read a lot of notes over the years. It's my first time actually reading this from start to finish. But just a very smart man. Smart man.
Yo, LeBron, man. Why can't you just say, bro, I just got the book in my hand right now. I don't know what the fuck is in it.
And basically,
yo, LeBron is like, yo, remember when you were in high school when the teacher called on you, you definitely didn't read the passage? Remember they said, yo, read from this page to this page? Nigga, you didn't read it. The teacher called on you, and you doing your best job bullshitting to the point where you're like, yo, I think they're buying it.
his words in the 60s. And what was going on is actually what's going on today still.
This one shouldn't be too surprising. We all know LeBron James is the king of many things, but when it comes to reading the first pages of books, there's no one better. With that being said, that was probably the last
tonight. I don't know what made me say that. And my friend.
How does that come about?
I read about the franchise and how amazing it is, and I actually made a trip over, to Liverpool as well and see all the sights and the arena and everything. So it was pretty unique.
Yeah, Crouchy is actually a Liverpool legend. He used to play there. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I knew that. I knew that. I didn't get an opportunity to see him play when he was with the club, but I definitely knew. I definitely knew that.
The current captain, Jordan Henderson, just scored his first goal for England the other day. It was amazing to see. Are you a fan of his?
No, absolutely. And I saw a clip of that too. I didn't get an opportunity to actually see the game live, but I saw that he was able to score one in the match the other day, and I thought that was.
Why is this nigga lying, bro?
It's pretty unique, the fact that he would do that and then also be with Liverpool Football Club.
Even LeBron knows he's full of it. trying to hold in his laugh, keep it together until the end of the interview, where hopefully they don't find out that he's just making all of this up. I gotta give him proper inspiration for this video. LeBron James talking about Migos and Takeoff specifically. LeBron claimed that he knew Migos was up next before they did. They hadn't even released a song yet, but he was already jamming them in the locker room in 2010.
I've been listening to those guys for so long. I was listening to those guys my first year with the Heat in 2010. And you can ask any one of my teammates back then, they had no idea who the Migos was.
This is sick.
They were like cursing me out when I would play it.
Yo, if he could lie like this, imagine what he tells Savannah. Yo.
Weight room, would play it throughout the locker room. I was like, I'm telling you, these guys are next. I'm letting you know right now these days, like, turn this off. I don't want to hear this. And just fast forward, I mean, just knowing, take off personally and send my condolences to Quavo and the family and the whole QC family and everybody.
So there you have it. LeBron James likes to stretch the truth when it comes to trending topics or stories about him. Like I said, we can't prove he's lying and all.
All right, LeBron. Anyway. What was the point of that? Who was the person that we were covering? I forgot. Anyway.